So welcome back to the series on SAP S/4HANA. So in this uh, video, we are going to discuss about different deployment options you have for SAP S/4HANA and what are the differences you have between. So as we know that, as we discussed in the earlier videos, that initially when SAP launched SAP S/4HANA in 2015, they started offering this as an on-premise solution. And then later on, as more and more customers have started showing some inclination towards the cloud solutions, SAP also started offering this for HANA cloud editions. So today you have multiple options in the cloud also. We can go with either private cloud or public cloud options. So let us do a comparison of this and try to understand which situations, which deployment option is suitable for the customers. So on-premise, as everyone knows, it's a typical business solution which every customer deploys on their premise, and they can perform any kind of customization activities there. So the first aspect, if you look at the customization, there will be an extensive customization option available for the customers. So they can schedule upgrades as per their requirements, as per their convenience. And the scalability, if you look at, they have to perform that manual hardware upgrades as and when they need that. And as they need to set it up in the on-premise, the initial cost will be very, very high here. The capital expenditure will be very high because right from procuring the hardware, particularly they need to have a certified hardware for running HANA database, and then installing the application on top of that. So, and that too setting up the entire landscape with your development, test, production. So the capital expenditure is very heavy here. And here everything is managed by the customers or the implementation partners. And the best suitable for regulated industries where they're looking for highest or heavy customization requirements that they have. Means they have customized business processes and they want to have that customizations implemented in that application. This is the best suitable option for them. So then there are customers who are having the same kind of requirements, but they don't want to invest so much initially, and they don't want to take care of all these activities like the infrastructure maintenance and then the operating system maintenance and all that. For them, SAP came up with another option called SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition. So if you look at the scope and functionality, this is exactly same as on-premise. So let us say the current version you have 2025. So whether you go with on-premise or Cloud Private Edition, you will get the same version as for HANA 2025. So with the same kind of the business scope and functionality. The thing is like the Cloud Private Edition, if customer is opting, the infrastructure is managed by SAP. Where customer no need to worry about the infrastructure maintenance. It's taken care by SAP. And the upgrades can be controlled by the customers. And they'll have it flexibility as usual of the customization. And they also have that scalability option available for them. So planned resource management can be done as and when they want, they can increase the configurations also. So as Some of those activities which were taken care by the customers in on-premise are handled by SAP here. So comparatively, if you see the cost is also less here initially. Mainly they need to focus on that operational expenditures. So suitable for those customers, they prefer to have an application which is having the customization and the flexibility. But at the same time, they don't want to spend too much of resources on the hardware, or rather we can say the infrastructure and then your operating systems, all this. So for them, this is the best option available, because this is something which is dedicated for one single customer. And then comes the public cloud option, SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. So first and foremost thing, when you compare with on-premise or Cloud Private Edition, the business scope and the functionality, what you expect here is comparatively less, and almost no customization. There will be a customization, but it's very, very limited, but that is related to customization of the apps, what they provide, what they call them as in-app extensions. It's very limited. And the upgrades will be handled by the provider, the SAP itself. So there will be mandatory quarterly updates, which will be handled by them. So, but it's highly elastic and that too automatic. So as and when higher resources requirement you have automatically, that will be extended. So this is purely subscription based. You can just subscribe and start using it. And that too comes with the standard business processes with the best practices. And once you start using that application, you can pay as you use. So you can go with that subscription model, pay as you go. And it's fully run by SAP. But you have some of the activities like, as a customer, when we want to use it for an implementation, we had to start doing some provisioning and then some fit gap analysis you need to do, and then start implementing your business processes there by utilizing those standard best practices provided by SAP. And then, you also have the concept of migrating your data. And then the data management and the security part you can take care of as a customer. Flexibility will be there. So more suitable for greenfield implementations. So where the customers are looking for standardized business processes. So this is the best possible option they have. But those customers who want to, have that highest customizations or more flexibility in the business processes, then either they can go with on-premise or Cloud Private Edition. But let us say, example, there is a new customer who want to go with the greenfield implementations. So any of these they can opt for a greenfield implementations. But in case if there is an existing customer who is already having some applications like SAP ECC, and they want to convert that into S/4HANA, or rather they can also use a term migration. But the right technical term to use there is conversion, means they are converting the existing SAP ECC application to SAP S/4HANA. So when they want to do that, either they need to go with on-premise or Cloud Private Edition. Any one of these two you have to choose, because conversion of ECC to S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition is not supported. So based on these criteria, customers can choose. They have a lot of scope and flexibility. But as most of you might be knowing that SAP is encouraging the customers to use more of the cloud editions. So either go with SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition or the Public Edition. So they're pushing the customers to go with that. For that, they have a couple of packages available called Grow with SAP and Rise with SAP. So what is the difference between Go with SAP and Rise with SAP? How they are useful for the customers? That we'll be discussing in the next video. So let us catch up in the next video. Thank you.